Hello students, last class we studied about class definition and the how to create class members and member methods in the class. Now in this session we study about what are objects and how to create an object. Okay, so here objects are nothing but basic building blocks of a object oriented programming. So the concepts of the object oriented methodology is based on objects, right? So here you can create independent entities that can be reused across various programs. So objects are nothing but a real world entities. So entity means it is a thing or an object. Okay, so objects can also defined as instance of a class is known as object. So they are nothing but instance, right? Objects are instance of a class. So instance means what? Here instance is nothing but a allocating sufficient amount of memory space for the data members of a class, right? They will allocate the sufficient memory space for the data members of a class. Data members of a class means it will create a memory for the member methods, okay, in the which is present in the class. Okay, you can also define each and every class variable as an object. So object can also be defined as each and every class variables is also an object. Okay, here characteristics of objects are state, behavior and identity. So in objects we see three characteristics. One is state and another is behavior and another is identity. State means what? The state of an object is indicated by a set of attributes and the values of these attributes. So they are nothing but a set of attributes. State means it represents the attributes which are present in the class. Example, when you design an online shopping site for books, each book with which is an object in the program. So each book is a object in the program, right? So it has its own size, number of pages and type of binding and its shipping details, etc. So each book having its own size and number of pages and type of binding and its shipping details. These are all attributes which will represent the state of the object. And next characteristics is behavior. The behavior of an object refers to change of its state over a period of time. So change of its state means, example, in online shopping site, when you place an order for a book, so you are placing the order for a book, the status of the book might changes from available to sold out. So there is 5 books in the shop. When you purchase one, then first availability is 5, next is it is updated to 4. So like this it changes its state and then it changes its behavior. The changes state of a book in its behavior. This represents the behavior of the object. So objects are nothing but a thing or entity, or it may be a person name or a city name, that is nothing but objects. Here in our example we taken a book as an object, so we can store any number of books in our program. So each book's attributes means size of a book, number of pages and type of binding and its shipping details. These are all represents the state, and the changes occurred in the state of a object, then it becomes a behavior. So here behavior is nothing refers to change of its state over a period of time. Okay, so next we characteristics we study about identity. So next we study about identity, which is another characteristics, that is each object has a unique identity, just as a person has a unique identity, each person having its their own Aadhaar number, like that each student having their own register number, it cannot be repeated. That is identity. Similarly object having their own identity. So multiple books consist of the same size, number of pages, type of binding and shipping details. However, each book has its distinct identity. For example, book number. Book number is an identifier of books among other books. So this is represents the identity. These are the characteristics of objects. So objects are nothing but a real world entities. They are nothing but instance of a class, and each every class variables are called as an object. So objects having their own characteristics. Okay, right? An object is a instance of a class, right? Objects are also called as instance of a class. Instance means, you know that. So it is instance is nothing but a allocating a sufficient amount of memory space for the data members of a class. It will allocate a sufficient memory space for the data members of a class, right? So here a class in object oriented methodology is a collection of various attributes such as data and methods, right? In a class we see both data and the methods. You can access the data of a class by using its methodology. So using methodology, that is, you can access the data of a class. Each data can be accessible within the class as well as using a methods, that is class methods. So whatever you declared in the class methods, so in the class, that is methods, it through that methods you can access the datas which are present in the class, right? So objects interact with other objects. Here objects are interacted with other objects and react to their interaction. Their interaction takes place through messages. So ಈಗ objects ನೀವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ, so here it can access datas and methods in the class. So each object is independent with the other object. Similarly, one object can communicate with other object. So how it communicate through messages. Messages are nothing but methods. So here there are two methods, means one method is communicating with another method through the objects. So objects can communicate with each other through methods itself. Without method it can't communicate, or it can't access the data also. So we want methods to access the data as well as to communicate. Okay, the identity of an object distinguishes it from all other objects. Here identity of an object means, I told that identity, that is nothing but a for example, the person having a unique identity, example Aadhar number. So through that Aadhar number we can fetch the details of a particular person, his name, his age and his address, everything. Similarly, each object having their own identity, it will distinguish with the other objects. So ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್? Two objects may have a same behavior. So suppose two objects having a same behavior may or may not have the same state. It does not have a same state, will never the same identity, but there does not have a same identity. The identity of an object never changes in its lifetime. So here for example we having a customers, two customers, that is you having a customer class. Let it be there is a customer class. In that customer class we are having some various attributes like customer ID, customer name, and customer age. The various objects of a customer class are C1 and C2. Okay, C1 and C2 are the objects of a class. So here C1 having its own identity, that is customer ID, C1 having its own customer name, C1 having its own customer age. Similarly, C2 is another object which having its own identity, customer ID, and it having own customer name, and it having own customer age. Okay, so example, C1 ID is 1 and C1 name is Smith and C1 age is some 21. Similarly, C2 ID is 2, C2 name is Annie and C2 age is 29, like this. So each objects having their own attributes. So they are different, or they can be having different identity, but they can have same behaviors and same state, but they does not have a same identity. So example in this customer example only. So we having another customer C3, means C3 having the same name Smith itself. Whatever C1 name is also Smith and C3 name is also Smith, and even the age can also be similar, but identity is different. So through that identity we can differentiate the objects, right? So next we study about creation of objects. So this is about small introduction to objects, what are objects, and what are the characteristics of objects you studied, right? So now we study about creation of objects. So how we create objects in Java. So okay, object, you know, it is a essential block of memory that contains space to store all the instance of variables. Okay, so instance of variables na store ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ some memory space na create ಮಾಡೋದೇ objects, right? Creation of an object is also referred to as a instantiating an object. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ creation of objects ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, instantiation of object ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, instantiating an object ಅಂದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ. Okay, so creating an object in Java is nothing but following dynamic memory allocation by making use of new operator. So here how we create an object in Java means, that is using a dynamic memory allocation using new operator. Dynamic memory allocation you studied in last data structure, that is creation of memory at the runtime, that using malloc, calloc and realloc functions. Through that function you can create a memory at the execution time or a runtime. Like that way in Java also the objects are created at the runtime itself using a new operator, which is a dynamic memory allocation operator. That is new operator creates an object of a specified class and returns a reference to that object. Okay, so it will create a memory for the objects. In objects we see both the data and methods. Okay, so instance variables and methods. So instance variables ಗೆ memory allocate ಮಾಡೋದು objects ಇಂದ, objects create ಆಗೋದು new operator ಇಂದ. So new operator is known as dynamic memory allocation operator. In Java programming, to create an object we have syntax, that is class name space object name ending with semicolon. Next statement, object name is equal to new class name opening and closing parenthesis ending with semicolon. From these two statement we can create a object, right? So here class name and object name first statement represents object declared. So object is declared but it is not created, it is only declared, but it is declared and it is pointing to null. That is when the object is declared whose default value is null, it is not pointing to a particular class but it is pointing to null, since there is no memory space for the data members of the class alliro data members ge innu memory allocation agiralla. First statement alli just declare agide object, but it is pointing to null, which is not created any memory. Okay, in the second statement we use new operator. Okay, so to create a object. So here statement 2 represents object referencing. When the object is referenced, memory space is created for the data members of a class and the object default value is not null. So here using new operator you are creating a object. So in this statement, so it creates a memory for the data members of a class ಒಳಗಿರೋ data members ಗೆ memory allocation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, but it is not pointing to null, then it is that object is pointing to a particular class, right? So like this way we are created a class. That is syntax of the creation of a class using new operator. Next we see the example that we having a rectangle class with the object name R1. So R1 is equal to new rectangle. So here new will create a memory for the R1. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ first statement ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, declares a variable to hold the object reference, and the second one actually assigns the object reference to the variable. The variable R1 is now an object of the rectangle class. So R1 is declared but it is not created, it is pointing to null. Okay, Next is instantiate, that is using new operator you are creating R1. So in that time it is pointing to rectangle object. Then in that statement it creates the memory for the data members. Alliro data members ge memory allocation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ. Both the statements can be written in a single statement, in a one statement, that is rectangle R1 is equal to new rectangle, right? So this is creation of an object. So next we see the method rectangle in the creation of object. ಇದೇನು rectangle ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲಿ. It is default constructor of a class. So next you study about will study about constructors. In that will explain what are constructors and how it works. So rectangle, there is a method in a syntax. So that method is called a default constructor. So here example, we can create number of objects R1, R2, so on, Rn. So number of objects you can create using new operator for a particular class. So we having a rectangle class. In this rectangle class we created R1 and R2. Two are the two objects of the same rectangle class. Note that each object has its own copy of its instance variable of its class. So ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು R1ಗೂ ಅದರದೇ ಆದ ಡಾಟಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. R2ಗೂ ಅದರದೇ ಆದ instance variables ಇದೆ. Both the objects having its their own instance variables. Okay, this means that any changes to the variable of one object have no effect on the variable of another object. Here we make any changes to the R1 means it is not affected to R2. Similarly R2 is changed means it is not affected to R1. Okay, because they are both are different. So then next is this, that is assigning one object reference variables to another object. We can also assign the one reference to another variable. So that is we created R1 using new operator and we declared R2, but we are assigning R1 to R2. That is R1's memory is also it is all sorry, R1 is again refer to R2 means here everything what R1 is pointing to, which is also for the R2. So here in the figure we show that is R1 and R1 is pointing to rectangle object, that is R1 is created and it is pointing to rectangle class, right? Similarly R2 is declared but it is assigned to the same location R1. So R1 ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, R2 ನು ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿಗೆನೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ we just assigned R1 ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ನ R2ಗೆ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ R1ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು R2ಗೂ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ we are given different name for the same location ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಎರಡು ನೇಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡಂಗೆ ಇದು. ಸೊ R1 is also pointing to same memory, R2 is also pointing to same memory. Whatever we changes for R1 means it is affected for R2 also. R2ಗೆ changes ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ R1ಗೂ affect ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Both are pointing to the same object. So we can do in this type also in Java. Okay. So next we study about accessing class members. Accessing class members, how we can access the class members. Now you studied what are objects and how to create an object using new operator, that is syntax you learnt and you saw one example. Okay, next how to access the class members. ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಡಾಟಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಅವನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತೊಗೊಳೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಬೋತ್ ಡಾಟಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ is used to access the class members. So ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್, ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್, ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್. object name, dot operator, method name. So like this, ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಒನ್ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ object name dot operator and variable name is equal to value. Like this way we can assign the value to a variable which is present inside a class, that is nothing but attribute or a data member of a class. So for that attribute or a data member we are assigning a value through object name and dot operator. So similarly we having a methods inside a class, that method can be accessed using a object name and dot operator, object name, dot operator, method name with their argument list, that is parameter list. It having a parameters means you should mention there, that is calling statement it is. So when you are calling the particular method you should use object name and dot operator. Okay, here object name is the name of the object. Object name ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂಥ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ is nothing but allocating a sufficient amount of memory for a data members of a class, right? So ಈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು. ದೆನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಿದೆ ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, here instance variables of a rectangle class may be accessed and assigned a value as follows. Here r1 and r2 are the objects of the rectangle class, right? So through that is here syntax shows object name dot operator variable name is equal to value. Here r1 is an object name dot operator. So variable name is length and width are the variables of the rectangle class, that is instance variables of the rectangle class. So when they are created, when you create r1, then in that time r1 having length and width, right? So here I want to store length 4 and width 6 for r1, means r1 dot length is equal to 4 and r1 dot width is equal to 6. Like this way we can store the value for a instance variable through the object. So next we having another object r2 having its own length and width. So for that we are storing 2 and 4. r2 dot length is equal to 2 and r2 dot width is equal to 4. So it is shown like this, that is two objects r1 and r2 store different values has shown. So r1 create agide, r2 create agide. Heng create agutte, that is syntax enu, rectangle r1 is equal to new rectangle, then rectangle r2 is equal to new rectangle. So r1 and r2 are both are objects created, r1 having its own length and width and r2 is also having its own length and width. So now using the syntax of accessing the class member, that is object name dot operator variable name equals value, using that syntax we assigned some values for r1 length and width, that is 4 and 6. It is stored in the memory. So r1 ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಲೆಂತ್ಗೆ 4 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, r1 ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವಿಡ್ತ್ಗೆ 6 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Similarly r2 having both length and width, so r2 dot lengthಗೆ 2 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಯಿತು because we assigned 2 and r2 dot width is equal to 4. So r2 dot widthಗೆ 4 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಯಿತು. Another way and more convenient way of assigning values to a instance variable is to use a method that is declared inside the class. So here class ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂದನು that is variables, that is instance variablesಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. In example, the method getData is a method which is inside a class, sets the value of both length and width of a rectangle object. Rectangle objectಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋವಂಥ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಅವೆರಡಕ್ಕೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು getData ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ದ ಮೆಥಡ್ getData sets the values of both length and width of a rectangle object. Here example, that is we are creating a r1 is an object using new operator, that is rectangle r1 equals new rectangle. Then we are accessing the get data method which is present in a rectangle class. So r1 dot get data of 4 comma 6. So we are sending two actual arguments 4 and 6. So 4 and 6 is assigned to r1's length and width. So void get data which having two arguments int x and int y. Here x value is assigned for length and y value is assigned for width. So here we are sending 4 and 6. 4 is assigned to r1 length and 6 is assigned to r1 width. Okay, so like this way we can also store the data to the instance variable using some methods. Now we write one example Java program calculating area of a rectangle using classes and objects. So class rectangle, in that we are in this class we are declaring both data members and member methods. So here data members are length and width. They are also called as instance variable. So why it is instance variable, why it is called instance variable? When object is created, this length and width will get a memory space. That is, instance means is nothing but allocating a memory for the data members of a class. So when you create an object, in that time you will get a memory for length and width. So they are called as instance variables. They are object variables. When object is created, in that time length and width will get a memory. Okay, so we are declaring two variables length and width, and void get data having two arguments int x and int y. X and y are the actual arguments. When you are calling the method, that time you are sending some values. These values are assigned for these instance variable. So inside the method, that is get data int x and y. So x and y values are let it be 4 and 6. So I sent 4 and 6. 4 is assigned in x and 6 is assigned in y. So 4 value is assigned to length, that is rectangle variable. ಏನಿದೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ಗೆ 4 ಅಸೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ವೈಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ 6ನ ವಿಡ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಡಾಟಾ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ is rect area, which is having return type int, but it does not have any arguments. So in this function we are calculating the area of a rectangle. That is formula int area is equal to, that is length into width. So length na width na multiply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ area ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. that will return to the called statement. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಇಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ಡಾಟಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರೇಸಿಂದ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರೇಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಡಾಟಾಸು ಇರಬೇಕು, ಮೆಥಡ್ಸು ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಎ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ? ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೇನಿಂದನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೆಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೂ ಜಾವಾ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಜಾವಾ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. So whatever you should write means you should use class only. So within the class you should write methods as well as data, everything. Okay, so we are declaring another class called rect area. So in that we are writing a public static void main. So you know the Java main method syntax, that is it should be always public and it should be always static, and it does not return any value, so it should be always return type void, and it having one argument string args array, that is command line argument. When you are sending values at the runtime, it is stored in this array. Alright, so in this void main we are creating a rectangle objects, that is one is r1 and r2. So it is created using new operator. When you are executing the program, R1 and R2 is allocated, created or instantiated. When it is instantiated, it gets a it will create a memory for instance variable, that is length and width, R1 having its own length and width, and R2 is also having its own length and width. Okay, so here we are using two methods. One is directly we can assign the values for a instance variable using object name. Other method is through methods we can initialize the values for the object, that is instance variable. For first method is r1 dot length equals 4. 4 is assigned for the r1 length, and 6 is assigned for the r1 width. Similarly, we are calculating the r1 area, that is area 1 equals r1 dot length into r1 dot width. So through objects we can access the instance variable, through objects we can access the methods, right? objects ಇಂದನೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋವಂಥ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ r2 dot get data. Having we are sending two arguments 2 and 4. So your get data method, what it makes, so it will initialize the length and width, right? So here we are sending 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is assigned for length and width. Here x having 2 value and y having 4 value. So x is assigned to length of r2. Similarly, 4 is assigned for width of r2. So through r2 we are calling this function. So r2 having both length and width, because r2 is created. When it created, it creates the memory for length and width of rectangle 2, that is r2. So for that values, for that instance variable, we are assigning 2 and 4 through get data method. Okay, so through this method it initialize the values for r2, that is r2 length equals 2 and r2 width equals 4. Next we are calling the rect area. So rect area will makes the calculation of area of a rectangle. So here through object name r2 we are calling that. So r2 dot rect area means it will invoke this method, rect area method, and in this it calculate the area of a rectangle. r2 in a length width ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, that is r2's length is 2 and r2's width is 4. 4 and 2 is multiplied and the result is returned to the ಏರಿಯಾ 2. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾ 2ಗೆ ಅಸೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ 1 ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ r1 ಇನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏರಿಯಾ 2 ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ r2 ಇನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ r2 ಏರಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟೆಡ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ simple how we calculated area of a triangle using a classes and objects. So for this session I completed what are classes and what are objects and how to create objects, and one simple example, that is calculating the area of a rectangle. Okay, thank you. In this next session we study about constructors, right?